Richmond is mourning the loss of Hersh Goldberg Poland, a local who was taken hostage by Hamas. Stay tuned for more on how Governor Youngkin is honoring his memory. Slow down or pay up. Richmond is cracking down on speeding in school zones with new speed cameras. Find out where they'll be and how they aim to keep students safe. The NFL is finally back, and the reigning Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs, will be competing against the Baltimore Ravens in an exciting face-off to start the season. All this and more, VCU InSight starts right now. Hello, I'm Kaylee Crabb, and this is VCU InSight. This past week, Richmond has been shaken by tragedy and change. The RVA community is grappling with the aftermath of the tragic death of Hersh Goldberg Poland, who grew up in Richmond and was one of many people taken hostage by Hamas on October 7th.
Goldberg Poland's parents recently spoke at the Democratic National Convention, where they pleaded for the safe return home of their son.
Unfortunately, Goldberg Poland's parents confirmed his death September 1st. On September 3rd, Governor Glenn Youngkin ordered that flags be lowered at sunrise in honor of him.
Community leaders have organized vigils and gatherings, providing spaces for grief and solidarity. Reporting from Richmond, Virginia, and VCU's InSight, I'm Esther Shabawale.
Attention Virginia voters, here's what you need to know about important voter deadlines. Voter registration by mail must be postmarked by October 15th. Registration for in-person early voting must be done between September 20th through November 2nd online. Registration must be completed by October 15th at elections.virginia.gov. Early voting will take place September 20th through November 2nd, and an in-person election day voting will occur on November 5th at your local polling location. Mark these dates on your calendar to make sure your voice is heard. Please visit your local election office website or elections.virginia.gov for more information. Drivers beware. The City of Richmond installed speed cameras in school zones throughout the city. The city installed the cameras on August 19th as part of the safety camera program that's meant to slow down speeding throughout the city. According to RVA.gov, all drivers have a 30-day grace period from the date of installation at each location for any violations. It will be a $50 penalty fee after the grace period for the first violation. All violations following that are subject to a $100 penalty. The cameras will operate from 7:15 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. and 2:15 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. on school days. The city will post warnings where the cameras are so drivers know to drive according to the speed limit. Richmond City Council will discuss an implementation of citywide Wi-Fi on September 9, 2024. This vote could shape the future of digital equity in our community. In just a few days, Richmond City Council is set to make a critical decision, whether to classify equal access to high-speed internet a public necessity. The resolution aims to address internet gaps in the city, focusing first on bus routes in lower-income neighborhoods. According to the Pew Research Center, 43% of adults with lower incomes do not have broadband services. A digital divide not only limits the ability to access and engage in social and civic activities, but essential services and information. The resolution's end goal is to declare equal access to high-speed gigabit internet access in every home. The City Council meeting will be held on September 9, 2024 at 6 p.m. in the City Hall Council Chamber, located on the second floor. This upcoming vote could be pivotal for Richmond's digital divide and its increasingly technology-focused community. The Greyhound bus station located on Arthur Ashe Boulevard will be shutting down in October. The new location will reopen in Shockoe Bottom. This move has been one that seemed likely for over a year, and now the move finally has a set month in place. Alden Global Capital purchased the Richmond station along with many others nationwide in 2022. According to Richmond Axios, multiple downtown Greyhound stations were relocated after the purchase to areas with no indoor waiting areas, inefficient seating areas, and poor restrooms. Alden purchased the Richmond station for $11.1 million. The station will be demolished and eventually replaced by apartments and retail. Commuters will have to get a ride in the parking lot across from Main Street Station after the close. Richmond continues to see a higher rate of homelessness throughout the city. Rachel Riggs is out in Richmond trying to find a solution for those unhoused.
According to RVA.gov, The city is actively working with its partners to address the regional homelessness problem from the ground up. Over half of the people dealing with homelessness in the area ended up in their situation because of relationship issues or economic difficulties, such as losing a job or struggling with high housing costs.
According to Axios, in response to the sharp rise in unsheltered homelessness, Homeward is launching a regional task force to address the issue. This task force includes developing a targeted policy and program that will be released this fall.
In the meantime, shelters, transitional housing, food banks, and emergency assistance are provided to all those who are unsheltered seeking help. Reporting for VCU InSight and the VCU Newsroom, I'm Rachel Riggs.
Coming up, our CNS News Minute, anchor Nick Kafakis uncovers the challenges seniors face with homelessness in our community. Plus, a new music streaming service launches right here in Richmond. What it means for local artists and more stories you won't want to miss next.
Homelessness is up 20% in Richmond since the last census called the point-in-time count in 2023. According to Homeward's summer 2024 point-in-time snapshot, older adults are increasingly vulnerable, accounting for 44% of people experiencing homelessness this summer. Fairfax County's adults age 52 and up account for the second highest age demographic experiencing homelessness, according to the county's point-in-time count. As property values increase statewide, senior housing costs and assistance is a growing concern for Virginia. Virginia Department of Corrections, or Virginia DOC, has a few initiatives focused on inpatient recovery services for those arrested on nonviolent felonies. Virginia DOC is partnering with the circuit court judges throughout the state to address what they say is an increasing need for substance use disorder services and to help improve inpatient care. The Community Corrections Alternative Program, or CCAP, has a recovery initiative that lasts 24 weeks. VDOC says they are offering services like cognitive programming, anger management help, and vocational training in 5 facility locations: Brunswick, Chesterfield, Cold Springs, and Harrisonburg, along with the Appalachian Men's Detention Center. Local record label Shaco Records is launching an all-Richmond music streaming service. Shaco Records managing partner Carlos Chafin and folk band Holy River are giving life to the service, which they call the Sound of Richmond. Some Richmond restaurants and bars are already playing music from the service. According to Axios Richmond, the service will soon be accessible for individual subscriptions. Listeners can select from a range of genre-based playlists featuring local artists, both active and retired. This is coming just weeks after the record company held the second annual 804 Day at the 17th Street Market downtown. Back to you, Kaylee.
Thanks, Nick. The NFL season is starting this week. For the latest storylines heading into this season, we go to in-studio reporter Andrew McGann.
The NFL kicks off the season with a Thursday night football game featuring the Baltimore Ravens going up against the back-to-back Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Last season, the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, defeating the San Francisco 49ers 25-22. According to ESPN, the Kansas City Chiefs are the 9th team in the NFL history to win back-to-back Super Bowls. The Chiefs became back-to-back Super Bowls champions due to winning 2 consecutive Super Bowls in a row. Coming into the season, there have been talks of a possible three-peat for the Chiefs. No team in NFL history has won 3 Super Bowls in a row. According to VegasInsider.com, the Chiefs are favored to win the Super Bowl again. Rookie quarterbacks Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears and Jane Daniels of the Washington Commanders are both set to start Week 1. Both Williams and Daniels were picked top 2 in the NFL draft, with Williams going 1st overall and Daniels going 2nd overall. Here's this week's set of games. A notable game is the Green Bay Packers playing the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil Friday, September 6th. This is the first time the NFL has played a game in Brazil. Other notable games are the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New York Jets. This will be the first game back for Aaron Rodgers since his Achilles tear last season. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Andrew McGann.
If you are looking for some fun this weekend, the Chesterfield Town Center Carnival will be here September 6th through the 15th. Blake Henry's in Chesterfield with more about the upcoming event.
Thank you, Kaylee. The carnival is making its return to Chesterfield this upcoming weekend, so grab your family and let's go.
Chesterfield Town Center Carnival is an event that brings excitement for the entire family, with different types of food, rides, and more, there will be plenty of fun. The carnival is scheduled to be here from September 6th to September 15th. It will open on Saturdays from noon to 11 p.m., Sunday noon to 10 p.m., Monday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and lastly Friday from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Early tickets are free Monday through Thursday and only $5 on the weekend. Attendees can also purchase tickets or wristbands for single or unlimited rides. More information can be found on www.dreamlandamusements.com.
Get your tickets quickly, as the carnival is only here for a short time. Reporting for VCU InSight in the newsroom at VCU, I'm Blake Henry.
You can catch a new edition of VCU InSight every Thursday afternoon on our YouTube channel. For VCU InSight in the newsroom at VCU, I'm Kaylee Crabb.